The Ultimatum. The cosmic gun to the head. There is a choice, a deadly, malignant decision built into the psyche of humanity that comes in the form of an ultimatum. It has always been there and will likely always be there, capable of plunging us into almost irredeemable depths of depravity, but with the possibility of sending us into unbelievable heights of development and compassion. I believe this is at the heart of man's purpose on this earth. This unraveling of the evil within ourselves, like some diabolical Gordian's knot. The ultimatum is to take away the birthright of man, our divine right to direct our destiny. The ultimatum hobbles this, if not taking the life that could still partially express itself. Man is created in God's image, therefore a reflection. If we are a reflection, who then is looking in the mirror? It is God's vocation to create, and therefore it is man's. Man being the song of God. The song cannot be stopped, only stifled or quieted. To say it another way, if God is all imagination, you can control imagination by subduing imaginative thoughts, via brainwashing, mind control, and shaming for even entertaining certain thoughts, deeming creative ideas as taboo and evil. Whatever forms of expression might be criminalized have been wide and varied. From the puritanical loin-girding of Savonarola to the initial suppression of the printing press. Almost all censorship is meant to keep the gaze of thought away from seeming immoral possibilities and impossible pipe dreams. From the expression and exploration of collective and individual empowerment. For example, mirroring one of the telltale symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder, Christianity induces guilt on every person born, that there is something inherently wrong with them, that they simply, no matter how hard they try, cannot do life right. They must submit to a certain way of life, a certain dogma, a certain God, punishing themselves mentally and morally along the way. Much like a narcissistic person would prefer a codependent to stop thinking for themselves, for they cannot see or do things correctly. They should just listen to them and do as they say. The Christian faith itself sits on a domination-centric foundation. To convert means first to induce guilt, that a person has done bad. This is the earmark of violent language, not one of love, acceptance, or understanding. The choice of Christ is no choice. It's a violent choice, a threat, a cosmic gun to the head. This is not a decision as if choosing between Coke or Pepsi, with little or no consequences. If someone approached you on the street expressing their boundless love for you, then saying you did not have to love them in return, but the consequence would be a beating every day for the rest of your life until you die. In real life, this person would be labeled a psychopath and put away so as not to trouble anyone ever again. On the cosmic divine level, this is deemed as boundless godly love, the best that can be done to redeem humanity. This would be the human level equivalent to the decision of accepting Jesus Christ as the Savior of your soul. However, this is deemed as a gift of grace. Another violent, deceitful use of language is warping it until words no longer hold any semblance to their original meaning. They are simply code words initiating a response to be complicit in an ongoing unconscious conspiracy of abuse and coercion. According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of ultimatum is a final proposition, condition, or demand, especially one whose rejection will end negotiations and cause a resort to force or other direct action. This is Dictionary.com's definition: a final, uncompromising demand or set of terms issued by a party to a dispute, the rejection of which may lead to a severance of relations or to the use of force. From the World Book Dictionary, choice is defined as the power or chance to choose. Note the use of the word power. It occurs to me that it would be more godlike to simply accept everyone born, just as they are, to exercise a loving attitude towards people's flaws and opinions, to coexist and come to mutual understandings based on feelings and needs, not a conforming and breaking of one's will and domestication of their individuality. Our conversion of them would be to teach them to be like this toward others and themselves. It has become apparent to me that there are as many worldviews as people on this planet, and to fit more than one into a particular shaped whole is a crime against individuality and consequently humanity. Freedom to be who one is, encouraging to express oneself, drawing out the wisdom that is in man, for that is the etymology of education, not a putting in of knowledge, but a drawing out of wisdom. So let us encourage every person to travel their own path and find their own inner wisdom to share with the world, not coercing or forcing or threatening them to adhere to a certain ideology. This has already surpassed that which we've come to know as godliness.